Good afternoon, Marines. My name is Master Marks. Nonetheless, what is this? Anybody?
Promotion ceremony.
Promotion ceremony. Good. What is this?
Warrant.
Promotion warrant. How many Marines here have bear witness to a first sergeant, company gunny, or even sergeant major read a promotion warrant on a war citation and totally messes it up? Nobody ever seen that? Can't pronounce words, stuttering. I've seen it. You've seen it. It is horrible. You know why? In my opinion, because they're not educated. And I'm not saying education is everything. Hence this next slide. Officers in the Marine Corps, they have college degrees, but that doesn't make you smart. That's my gain attention. Today, we're talking about Marine Corps promotion. According to Marine Corps Papa 1400.32 Delta, it states this verbatim. The Marines took responsible steps to ensure that all fitness reports, military material, professional military education, which is better known as PME, completion certificates, and other documentations were timely posted in his or her official record. Now, what that means to me is, you just got to do what you got to do and stay out of trouble. Do your military classes, and you will be promoted. All the way from the ranks from private to sergeant major, all you need to do is that. If you do that, that ensures the Marine is qualified and ensures the Marine is competitive. Consequences, shortcomings, and procrastination. Consequences for shortcomings or procrastination will result in non-recommendation for promotion and negative counseling in your military official files, the service members' records. Educational requirements. Currently, there are no civilian educational requirements for the staff non-commissioned officer ranks. The only requirements are PME. So what that means is, you don't have to set foot in a college course and you get promoted from ranks from private to sergeant major. Can anybody tell me why you might feel that that's a problem? Anybody? I'll give you a scenario. How would you feel if you, say if you were looking for a job out in the civilian world, you're about to get out in the Marine Corps, and you ask your boss to write you a letter of recommendation, your staff sergeant, your gunny, and he gives you that letter of recommendation, and it looks like a 6-year-old wrote it. Wouldn't you believe that's a problem? I mean, what is that going to do for you?
Make you look bad.
Absolutely.
Saying that, I don't think so. Incredible.
Very good words. Very good words. Because if I was an employer and I read something that looks like a 3rd grader wrote it, yeah, the chances of you getting hired are not that good. Building process PME. I'm going to go into a little detail in regards to PME. PME is the corporal's course, the sergeant's course, the staff academy. And what do we learn how to do in those courses? Kill bodies. Can I do rah? We learn how to kill bodies. We might get a little counseling techniques. We might be able to, do a PowerPoint presentation, but for the most part, it is military-oriented type training. Most of that stuff doesn't even apply to the civilian world. Then there's a chief's course. Once you hit the rank of staff sergeant, you learn how to be a middle manager in that particular job field. Now that's okay. Some of that kind of transfers over to the civilian world, but most of it doesn't. Can you imagine how you would feel? I'll ask you. No, I'm asking you. How would you feel after 20 years in the service? You done managed, 4,000 Marines under your charge. But you can't get a job because you didn't get a bachelor's degree. But yet some 23-year-old kid decided to go to school, get his bachelor's degree. You're probably in your 40s by now. And that kid gets your job just because he has a piece of paper that said he went to school. And he never led anybody. He never done nothing. This is probably his first try at it. How'd that make you feel?
I'd be pretty pissed off.
I'd be pretty pissed off too. But gentlemen, this is a reality. This is fact. Us as service members are getting turned away from jobs, mediocre jobs, mind you, because we don't have our degrees as enlisted Marines. This is my proposal. As of right now, if you didn't know this, and I've said this over and over again, we're not mandated to go to college as enlisted Marines. We're not. Okay? I believe an associate's degree at a minimum of 3 years, from the moment your feet hit the yellow footprints, 3 years later, you should have at least an associate's degree. Now, what is that going to do for us? I will tell you. Associate's degree gives you a foundation. It's going to teach you public speaking, like my class right now, imagine that. It's going to teach you sociology, psychology, a writing class, an English class. Wouldn't you agree that that's important to you?
Yes.
How many times will you sit in front of a group of Marines and give a speech on anything? Believe it or not, gentlemen, one day you will write a letter for one of your Marines. But see, those classes are important. Sociology, great class. Look around us. What nationality are you?
Guatemala.
Guatemalan. Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. African American.
Yes.
Okay. African American. Mixed. I'm mixed. And we got a guy from Africa in the back. He's here too. We are a melting pot of culture. With that being said, sociology and even this public speaking class will help us know our audience. If you know who you're dealing with, get a little background information, that will make you an effective leader. I know how to talk to him because maybe I can relate to him. Because we're all brought up different based on our culture and our ethnicity. Wouldn't you agree? I can't talk to him the same way I talk to you. I can't speak the guy language in the back. He's African. I can't even speak his language. Just an example. 3 years required by the time of the rank of sergeant. Bachelor's degree, 12 years. By the time your feet hit the yellow footprint in Paris Island or right here in San Diego, you should have a bachelor's degree by 12 years as a staff non-commissioned officer. If not, it's not going to make you competitive for promotion. Waivers can be given for specific MOSs. We got MOSs that are critical. I understand that. We have infantry to ground pounders. The guys that put camouflage paint in their teeth and running up a hill with a knife. Got it. But in today's military services, you can get a degree. I did one of my classes on my cell phone. It is not impossible. So I find it hard to believe if anyone tells me they cannot get their education in today's service. You gotta make me a believer. Panel for Senior Marines. Education, panel, and the panel for Senior Marines. Resources. A Marine should, a corporal and a sergeant should know the basics to get you the help that you need if you have any situation. Here's a hypothetical, here's a story. You have a Marine. He has issues, he has marital issues with his wife at home. He goes to his corporal and says, hey corporal, I'm having problems with my wife at home. We're fighting a lot and things are not great at the house. In today's Marine Corps, that corporal will go probably straight to the gunny or straight to the officer and say, hey, Lance Corporal Smith is having these issues. Sometimes that don't even happen. Sometimes Lance Corporal will go straight to the gunny. When I was a young Lance Corporal, my corporal took me right to the Family Advocacy Center. I forgot the lady's name, but knew her by her first name and said, hey, I have a Marine that's having some issues. Can you help him out? Yeah, no problem. Thanks. Thank Mrs. Smith or whatever her name is. Thanks for taking care of our Marine Corps. In today's Marine Corps, that's going straight to a gunny. A senior enlisted to handle that, when back in the day, a corporal maybe 3 years was able to take care of that. That's why I'm stressing education. Education and resources. Request mass procedures is another one. A lot of us senior staff and COs don't know how the system works. They don't know. Because according to that Marine Corps order that you read in the beginning, all they had to do was make sure that their professional education was up to date, they don't get in trouble, and make sure their files is up to date, and they're good to go. They're going to get promoted all the way to sergeant major. Can you imagine if you went to your staff this year right now and said, I have a problem, I need to request mass, and he says, okay, you do it up, and your issue is not resolved. How would that make you feel? Hell yeah, how would it make you mad? No faith, trust, and confidence. And then mentorship. Mentorship. If you had a leader of Marines, your staff sergeant, your gunny, that you know has all the answers all the time and led you right every time, give the best advice, got you to go to school for the first time, and you better call back home to your mom and dad and say, hey, mom, dad, I'm in college now, thanks to my gunny. That is awesome. That's what I'm trying to achieve today in today's Marine Corps. At the end state, communication. I believe with experience and education, that's going to open up the lines of communication between you and your Marines. If you had your Marines, if you build that trust and confidence in your Marines to where they can come to you because they know that you have those answers, that leadership and the education, can you imagine what that's going to do to your communication? You will establish a bond. Right off the bat, you're going to have a rapport, you're going to establish a bond with your Marines. And then whenever there's an issue comes up, guess what's going to happen? You need to call them up because you trust them. Hey, Gunny, I'm having problems. Had a couple beers, I'm fighting with the wife. Can you help me out? No problem, son, got it. But does that happen in today's Marine Corps? Be honest. Does it? Probably not. You probably didn't call your buddy, your boy, your peer. You leave the house, you had a couple beers, you say, hey, I'm getting away from this, and boom, now you got a DUI. Because you tried to do the right thing, but you didn't, did you? Now you set up for disciplinary actions. Morale. All of it affects morale. Questions. Anybody got a question for me? Somebody got a question for me? Come on, Luis, you got one for me.
So let's say this effect came in place. Like, what were your recommendation as far as setting it up to a degree that they would want to pursue? Like, would it be mandated by their MOS or something that they would want to do?
It'll be based on what you want to do. That's my opinion. Because regardless of what you want to do as far as your degree, there are certain classes you have got to take. It goes back to that associate's degree. Those basic classes. And either you want to pursue for the most part, you're going to take that public speaking, that sociology, that psychology, that writing class. You would have to take those classes. At a minimum, if the Marines just had that would change everything. That's my opinion on it. What do you think? How do you feel about that?
I have a question. Say like this all happens and everything, and TA and everything starts 2 years after you get the fleet, right, or 2 years in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So how would the fresh Marines or junior Marines would be able to go to college? Would they have to pay out their pocket? I know we have FAFSA and everything.
Good question. That's a good question.
FAFSA.
And you hit the nail on the head when you said FAFSA. You qualify for a certain amount. Don't know how much, but you would get something. You would get something, and that could be enough to start you. But, and now that's a really good question. However, at the same time, when you graduate from boot camp and you're in MOS school, you guys know you get college credits for that stuff already? Some of you guys are walking around here based on your MOS with a third of the required college credits for an associate's degree, a third of them. Before you even step foot into a college, you're a third of the way there. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. So even though the fact remains, you get TA 2 years later, you're already a third of the way there. In that year's time frame, you can get an associate's degree. You can do it. Anybody else? All right, gentlemen, thank you for your time. I have the references right here. These are the references for all the services and their promotion requirements. And believe it or not, the Navy and the Air Force, I'm telling you, they got it right. I'm saying it on camera. You guys got it right. Because their standards for promotion are so much higher than ours. So I think we should mirror those. Anybody disagree with me at all? Good job. That's all I got. Thanks.